Hello to all my champions, hello to all my board warriors. How are you all class 10 students? I hope, I'm pretty much sure you guys are really well and you all are enjoying your lives and you must have been studying well. So my dear champions, before writing your board exam, before sitting in examination hall, simultaneously with studies, you must be aware about the new rules, new informations, new news, whatever that comes up from CBSE. So in this video, I'm going to give you a few important rules, few updates that you should know, you must know before writing your board exam. So let's start the video. Board 2027 important new rules. So moving to first rule. So this is regarding your internal assessment. My dear champion, you all know in main subjects like in science, in mathematics, there are two categories. 80 marks of your exam will be a written exam. 18 marks is of written exam, and you will be awarded 20 marks in internal assessment, that is internal marks, and this marks will be given by your respective subject teacher at your school, right? So now what is the rule here? The rule here is you must score at least 7 marks for the passing criteria, to fulfill the passing criteria. And as per the CBSE new rule, you have to pass in written exam, written plus as well as internal exam separately, internal exam separately. If you have passed written exam but you could not qualify internal exam, you could not achieve the internal minimum marks that required for qualify, so my dear champion, you will be considered as a compartment of fail student. So my dear champion, this is very important. You have to pass both written as well as internal exam independently, and you should score, at least you have to score 33% marks, and this is passing, borderline, in written exam as well as in internal exam. So for internal exam, it is list 7 marks that you need to pass, that you need to score to pass the internal exam. And if I talk about what comes in internal exam, so basically my dear champion, in internal exam, basically this covers periodic test, whatever the tests are going on in your school, in your particular topics, particular subject, by your subject teachers, respective subject teachers. So as per your record, your internal, periodic test marks, your performance, your graph, according to that, the teachers used to get the overall report of yours at the end of the session. So my dear champion, your every test, each test is important for you. Every test is important for you. Whatever kind of test the teachers are taking in your school, in your class, please make sure to get good marks in those exams, whatever the tests are there. So my dear, if you are taking the test lightly, it will cost you a lot at the end of the session, right? Now, second comes up is notebook submission. It will give you 5 marks. So make sure to make your notebooks very impactful and systematic. Please everyone, and stay updated. Whatever teacher used to teach you, whatever the topic you guys have completed today, make sure to make the notes today itself without any delay. Otherwise, there will be a lot of, burden on you at the end of session, and you'll be starting making notes, in a very hectic schedule. So my dear champions, stay updated and make your notes on time. Now moving ahead, subject enrichment and practical activities. So whatever the basic practical activities are there in practical labs, few academic activities, so you have to participate in everything to ensure 5 marks. So this is the category, this is the segregation, I would say, that will be awarding you, you will be getting 20 marks because of this category. Okay, so periodic test 10 marks, notebook submission 5 marks, and subject enrichment will be giving you 5 marks, and combined collectively it is equal to 20 marks. So internal assessment is of 20 marks, and you have to pass this exam independently, separately. Okay, now moving ahead, the second important rule is passing criteria, champion, and exam structure. So I have already told you few points. So my dear champion, you all know in board exam, theory plus practical exams are there. In class 10, it is internal exam, internal assessment, right? And practical words we use in class 12th, basically for 12 board students. For in 10th, it is internal assessment. So my dear champion, 80 marks will be for your internal assessment, theoretical exam, written exam that you will be giving in examination hall, any examination center at center, and this is internal assessment exam. I'm talking about here class 10th, so I'm writing here internal. It will be carrying 20 marks of yours, right? And combined is equal to 100 marks. It is equal to 100 marks. So my dear champion, as per the new rule of CBSE, you have to pass both independently. You have to score passing marks at least 33% of 80, and which is equal to almost 27 marks. So at least you have to score 27 marks to pass that respective subject. Similarly, in 20 marks, you have to score 33% at least to come in the category of passing students. So my dear champion, 33% will be almost 7 marks. So my dear champion, make sure to score at least 27 marks in written exam, theoretical exam, and 7 marks in internal exam to pass the exam, to get the passing certificate. If you are passing any one exam and you have failed in other one, in other category, you will be considered as failed student champion. So this is the new rule. Okay, moving ahead. 2 board exam, we all know there will be 2 board exam. The first will be first phase. If I talk about phase 1 board exam will be for all, everyone, for all the students, all students. And do you know, this phase is mandatory. This is mandatory. You have to sit in this at anyhow, in any circumstances. This is mandatory for all the students, right? And if I talk about a date, so basically the first exam will be held most probably in the month of February to March. Yes, my dear champion. Most probably from February to mid of February, I would say mid-February to, I would say, mid of March. So mid of March. So it goes on for almost 1 month. So my dear champion, this is the date. If I guess date, so I would say from 15 February to 15 March. From 15 February to 15 March, this is the first phase board exam, and this is mandatory for every students, both student. If you're not appearing in this exam, and if you want to appear in the second phase of board exam, you can't. You are not eligible. You are not eligible. The student who have appeared in the phase 1 exam, those students will be eligible to sit in the phase 2nd exam. Let's talk about phase 2nd. So basically phase 2nd exam is improvement exam. This is improvement exam. If a student could not score well as per his expectation, as per her expectation, if the marks is not like expected according to their hard work, according to their determination, they are not getting such marks. So my dear, you will be having second opportunity, another opportunity to improve your marks. So my dear champion, if you are not getting satisfied marks in phase 1, or unfortunately you have failed, my dear champion, you will be having second chance, second opportunity, and that will be basically, this exam will be held in the month of May. There is no any official date announced yet. We are talking about board 2027. So my dear champion, if you haven't written exam in phase 1, you are not taken part in phase 1 exam, and if you think that I will be giving directly phase 2 exam, this is not possible as per the CBSE norms. So that is mandatory. If you are a candidate in phase 1 exam, then only you will be getting eligibility. So it will giving you eligibility here, eligibility. Without phase 1 appearance, you can't write phase 2 exam. So this exam is for improvement. Unfortunately, if you couldn't get good marks as per your expectations, so you will be having second opportunity to improve your marks, to revise your marks. And after writing the exam, phase 1 and phase 2, your based one will be carried out. Based into, don't worry champion, based into, for example, in mathematics, if I talk about, in math, here you have scored, for example, 70 marks, right? But in second phase exam, when you appeared for math exam, you were pretty much confident, yet I will be able to improve my marks. I want at least 80. You have written phase 1 exam, and unfortunately because of some reason you are scoring 65 marks. Don't worry, this marks will be carried out. This marks will be carrying. So on your mark sheet, this will go. This marks will be approved for your final certificate, final mark sheet. You don't need to worry about if unfortunately I couldn't get good marks in second phase exam, so which marks will be carrying forward in my, to reflect on my mark sheet. So based one. So that is based into. This is the rule as per CBSE. I hope this is clear to you everyone. Third is mandatory first attempt. I have already told you. So first board exam is mandatory. First board exam is mandatory. This is mandatory. If you are not writing first board exam, you can't write second phase exam, second board exam. Second board exam is what? This is just improvement exam. You have another opportunity to improve your marks, to increase the numbers. Okay, so this is basically improvement exam. Okay, so to get the eligibility for second board exam, you must have to take part in first board exam. Then only you will be approved, you will be getting eligibility for second board exam. So this is mandatory everyone. Okay, now let's talk about question paper design. So my dear champion, as per CBSE, you all know CBSE has already imposed this rule, and the student in the board exam 2020-26, they got the same question paper as per the new pattern of CBSE, and most of the question, I would say 40 to 50% question, my dear champion, 40 to 50% questions were there in board exam 2026, were competency based questions. And now what is competency based question? Let me tell you, competency based question is nothing very scary, very horrible, out of the syllabus, PhD level. There is nothing like that. My dear champion, competency based question, the questions will be analytical, case based, from your day-to-day life. Practical questions will be there from your day-to-day life, practical life question, application based questions. All the formulas, all the theorem, all the theory will remain as it is. The standard of questions will be different. For example, let me ask you a question. If I ask you, calculate the area of a circle, calculate the area of a circle of radius is given to you, of radius 3 centimeter. Okay, this is the question. Calculate the area of a circle of a radius 3 centimeter. Now, according to this pattern, this new thing that has introduced by CBSE, this question will come in another format. The question will remain same, the essence of the question will remain same, but the question will be little modified and it will be linked to your practical life. For example, let me modify this question, same question. I am going to make this question of competency level. Please look at the screen. Okay, so the question is, there is a circular garden, of radius 4 centimeter. Calculate the length of wire required for fencing. Now look at the question. What is the difference between both the question? Now this question has become competency level, because this question is now linked to your day-to-day life, from your practical life. There is a circular garden. This is circular garden. It means this question is connecting your day-to-day life. Of radius 4 centimeter. Calculate the length of wire. Calculate the length of wire required for the fencing. For example, there is a circular garden in your premise, wherever you are living, in your society, in your apartment. So you need to make a boundary using a wire. So what should be the length of the wire to make the fencing, perimeter of the circle? Now this question has become competency. Now the student will take this question as a challenge, but this is not a challenge, champion. Read the question, understand the language given there, and put the value, put the appropriate formula, do the mathematical calculation, you can get the answer. So my dear champion, competency based question means you have to understand the comprehension, language, comprehension. This is the challenging thing. The questions will be little lengthy. Yes, this is true. The question will be little lengthy. You know, big questions will be there. In a single question, there will be multiple concepts that you need to use to get the correct answer. I agree with this. But you have to understand, you have to, improve your reading skills, critical thinking skills. My dear, so this is the difference. This is normal question. This is normal question. Normal. This is normal question. And now this question is basically called competency based question. The question that I have given you here. This is competency based question. This is the difference. Okay. Now let's talk about third language update. The most confusing part of the class 10th board student. Sir, we don't have any update regarding third language. There is a controversy that is happening. A case was filed in court. So, a lot of complexity is there regarding this third language. But I'm going to give you final update, closing update. What is the final update regarding this till now? So, my dear champion, according to third language, CBSE has released a circular and said that third language is not mandatory. Not mandatory. There will be no any separate exam. There will be no any separate exam. You don't have to write the exam, written exam for this third language, but internal assessment will be there. Your school will be giving you marks according to your, your result, how your relation with your teacher is, how was your academic record, your body language, your everything, your academic record overall. So teachers will be evaluating you and they'll be giving you marks at your school. So there is no separate exam. You don't have to write the exam for third language, but third language is there. Right, so let me give you clarity on this. I have here an information. So my dear champion, according to this Times of India champions, look at the here. CBSE clarifies R3 rule. Class 10 student must clear school-based third language assessment for pass certificate. Third language is there, but there is no any written exam at any particular center as the main subjects that you are going to write the exam. There is no any exam for third language, but you have to clear this third language exam. You have to score the passing marks at your school. So your class teacher, your school teacher will be giving you marks. The Central Board of Secondary Education has clarified that while the third language will not be part of the class 10 board examination for the current batch of class 9 students, but this is the another statement. For the current batch of class 9 student, clearing the school-based assessment in the subjects will be mandatory for the student to receive the class 10. Okay, so this is all about. I hope you guys now have understood. You have now clarity on this. What is the recent update about R3? Third language. So this is all about. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you really loved this video, if this video is really helpful for you, don't forget to share this video with friend. And one more thing, my dear champions, don't forget to subscribe the channel and stay connected with us. Thank you so much. Bye bye.